Welcome to Like Mother, Like Murder. I am Rachel.
And I'm Heather.
We bring you the good,
The badass.
and the crime.
This is Like Mother, Like Murder.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Like Mother, Like Murder, your favorite true crime momcast. I am Rachel.
And I am Heather. And each week we bring you all things mom-related true crime. From missing moms to murdered moms, moms who murder, survivors, and more.
Yes, we do. And the other thing that we bring you is the GBC episodes. The good, the badass, and the crime. These, we say it all the time. So it is the 11th.
That's crazy.
The 11th good, the badass, and the crime episode, Heather. That has been our, would you call it a tagline, slogan?
Yeah, I would
whatever
say
it
that's
is.
our tagline slogan from literal day one. Rachel came up with that before we had even recorded a single episode.
Yeah, because that's what it was. We started and we knew it was mom related. We knew that we were going to be covering mom topic stuff. And initially we did a lot more of the mom in all aspects, not just the crime aspect. And so we always wanted to keep this, and we are on 11. Mm-hmm. We are on the 11th one. That is bizarre. Talking about moms. Everyone listening right now, if you are a mother, how is your hair?
Yeah. We were literally just talking
your hair
about.
falling out? Is because ours is.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah.
And this has been like an ongoing issue since I became a mom. We all know about postpartum hair loss, but now it's like anytime I'm stressed, anytime I change my shampoo, which is what happened this time, plus I'm stressed, anytime my hormones are just like, nope, hair is falling out in clumps. So I'm rocking the teeniest, tiniest little braid. And I'm mad at my hair. Like, why have you abandoned me?
Yeah, she got on this recording, you guys, and she goes, you know, she braided her hair and she's like, it was so thin. So she looked into the product that she had just started using, and all of the reviews are like, yeah, recently it made my hair fall out, my hair fall out, my hair fall out. And I don't use that product. I have, and I liked it. But also, my hair's just be falling out. I don't know how I'm not bald, you guys. And we know you relate. In the car, you're flinging
100%.
it out the window. It is all over my floor. It is in the drain. It is everywhere. It is everywhere. And it is ridiculous. Yeah. So any of you moms who are like, no, I swear by this product, where is it?
Yeah, because
share, spill the tea. We need it.
Your girl needs it bad.
Yeah. And you have thick, beautiful hair. So I feel so
thick
bad.
Freaking hair. And I was saying, like, I was telling Zach about this, and he's like, I mean, half your hair could fall out and you'd still have like a lot of hair. And I'm like, I understand that. But when I'm like 50 and my hair just falls out because I'm like older, then I'll be like, okay, this is fine. Right now, I feel like I'm still a little too young for this. So what the fuck?
Yeah, we are supposed to be like in our prime. We're supposed to be beautiful and like thriving.
I can tell you right now.
No. It's been hard. It's been a hard year.
This is already not going to be. It's so bad because 35 is such a fun number, right? It's a nice round. You're like, oh my God, I'm 35. Like my life is just like, nope.
No, it has been a shit year.
Nope. And it's March. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a problem.
Yeah, it is.
It will get better, you guys. It's bound to, right?
Stay strong. Don't go shaving your head. I mean, shave your hair if you want to.
I'm literally thinking of just chopping it all off because I'm like, I can't do it. But we'll see what happens.
Well, I have a feeling that this episode will be a little less stress, less of the want to pull your hair out type conversations happening. So that's the upside of today.
Okay. I'm excited for that, actually. I really am.
And the upside for me is that you always go first.
I was going to say, shall we rock, paper, scissors?
Never again. I mean, if people are here just to watch us rock, paper, scissors so that whether I win or lose, you still go first, that's fine. Rock, paper, scissors, you lose.
Okay, ready? Let's do
Yes.
it.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Heather goes. Oh, so that was my move.
Look, I slapped you. Yes, you.
If you're not watching on YouTube, go watch just so you can see that clip. Let's do this. We're diving into a good badass crime. Is this our first one of the year?
No.
Okay, never
We
mind.
had one come out in February.
Oh, we did? Oh, yeah, we did. We needed that. Okay, here we go. Let's start with the good. And let's just start out with the most wholesome story.
We have to start out with me taking a picture of my dog and sending it to you, and then I'm going to post it on social media. Because
did you wake her up?
Why can't we all just be like this level of like
her hair ain't falling out?
Just no stress-free dog life.
Chillin'.
Let me tell you, I'm sorry everybody, we are gonna get into it, but go on to our social immediately and look at this picture of my small dog Marley. I just looked down and I was like, what a life. What a life. Okay,
you guys, she's living her life. Oh, this is my dream to be this comfortable.
seriously.
Not even lying.
Thick hair and comfy dog life. Like, that's
it.
what we strive for. Like, what is happening?
I love it.
All right, please continue. I will minimally interrupt you. I've had a lot of coffee. Jugs on jugs on jugs.
That's you know what? Jug out. Okay.
This is going to be like one of our like beginning episodes if you guys have been here all along.
So there is going to be a very cool I'm sorry guys. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But I will say there's going to be a re-release, a very special re-release coming out in the next month or so, and I'm going through the episode, and because it's a re-release and because I'm actually like compiling a few things together for it, I'm actually going through, because a lot of these are older, and I'm trying to pare things down when we really go off the handle and try to get back to our early shit. We were just like no.
Yeah, unhinged.
I
love it. I'm here for
level
it. So
today.
Yeah.
But it's okay because it is what it is. That's what we bring, and especially on Good Badass Crime episodes, that's what we bring.
That's what I was going to say. We are a lot better at there's a time and a place for it, and this is the time and a place for it.
Yes, this is.
And
it's only going to get better because this first story is like the best thing in the whole entire world.
Can't wait.
Wholesome story ever. Okay, so we're going to talk about Grandma Stand. Grandma Stand is a pop-up stand where strangers can share their stories while grandmas listen.
Okay, where do I sign up?
I know. I'm
Sign
so sad
up
because
immediately.
I think it's like all the way in New York, and I'm like, I need Grandma Stand.
I'm going to New York in April. I'm going to Grandma Stand.
So
go to Grandma Stand.
This was started by a guy named Matt Matthews.
So was started by a guy?
I know. So I actually think I think his name is actually like Matthew Matthews, unless I just read it wrong. But in 2012, what he did was he started this whole thing by setting up literally like a little lemonade stand that you'd see little kids get. Set up a lemonade stand, set up a laptop, set up headphones, and letting anyone who's just like walking by sit down and have a chit chat with his grandma. Which is just the best thing ever because, like, currently, one of my grandmas passed away a significantly long time ago. And my other grandma, she up in the Philippines, man. She left back to the Philippines a few years ago. And now I can only catch up with her randomly on Facebook, which I'm barely on Facebook. So this is just the most wholesome thing ever. And then it kind of gets really sad, but then it gets happy again. So just bear with me here. In 2019, Matt's sweet, sweet grandma, she passed away at the amazing age, though, 102.
Because she was given all of her, like, life wisdom and, like,
Exactly.
lovingness and all of her greatness to people. And they knew that we needed her here.
Exactly.
As long as we could have her.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Exactly. So that kind of put a little bit of a stall in Grandma Stand. But now Grandma Stand is back. So what they've kind of done is, in honor of Matt's sweet, sweet grandma, now anyone can nominate their grandma to carry on this legacy. So now, you know, people could just say, my grandma's going to do Grandma Stand, and they nominate their grandma. And then I think they pick like a topic that you can talk about with grandma and stuff like that. One recent grandma who was holding down this stand, holding down the legacy, said, quote, "We just need to show more love," end quote. And that's exactly like what Grandma Stand is all about. That's exactly the type of freaking news we need in the world right now. Everything is so absolutely batshit crazy. And this just makes my heart so happy. We are going to link. So I actually first saw this on like Instagram or Facebook or something, because the Today Show actually did a quick clip of it. But they have an Instagram page where you can follow it. We'll link it all. It's just Instagram Grandma Stand. And we will put it all in our show notes. But it's just so wholesome and happy. And it's so true that just sometimes you need a grandma in your life.
That is beautiful. It is true. It is beautiful. And I love it.
Yes.
I love that so much. You look like you have a large coffee cup in your hand today,
yeah, but
too.
It's tea.
Oh, whatever.
You know how
hold
I
up your
be.
Coffee cup. You guys, my coffee's in a
It's
pickle jar today.
literally as big as your head.
Yeah, it is.
That's insane.
And I have a big head. My good today. What?
Today. Good
Today,
eye,
my
mate.
good comes
Sorry,
from
any Australian
today.
listeners, that was horrible.
Was that Australian? That was something, let me tell you. Okay, so my good comes from a website called goodthingsguy.com. This would just be bringing the good things, okay? And I am actually going to be talking about someone that we covered here on Like Mother Like Murder years ago. We can say years ago. That's how long we've been doing this now. It was when we were still in the beginning stages of podcasting. We were little newbies.
Oh.
I covered the terrifying yet incredible survivor story of Alison Botha.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to start by reading a passage from this article before we get into it. South Africa is uniting for one of our strongest warriors, Alison Botha, who recently underwent a brain aneurysm. The same Alison who survived the unsurvivable after two men brutally raped her and left her for dead with more wounds than doctors could count. Now, all those that she has inspired are standing behind her as she climbs this medical mountain. Wow, wow, wow.
I have full body chills. Okay, so like my mind is obviously just kind of almost flashing back to when you first told us about Alison and her amazing, amazing, absolutely incredible drive. This woman is powerful. She is the most, because not only, you guys, did she survive this completely unsurvivable, like you said, but afterwards she has gone around and told her story and motivated people to just be like her, just completely. And to think that now, I mean, but if anyone can do it, fucking Alison can. She can do it.
Right. But you're right, though. Like, her fight to survive was insane. And she went around. Helping others through their trauma with her story. And she needs help now. Because even though she's seriously one of the most incredible humans when it comes to her story, after her brain surgery, people from all over the world are coming together to help contribute to her medical bills. because it's something that is so up there and
Mm-hmm.
just unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it is so sad to hear. I've had so many friends and family that come to me and tell me numbers when it comes to medical
Mm-hmm.
bills. And I'm like, does anyone expect this whatsoever? The article says Allison has touched so many lives, and now people are paying it forward to ensure this battle is one she won't go through alone. Yeah, so we will have information in the show notes if you are able and willing to donate to help Allison Botha. It's through, listen to this, even the website name like just makes my heart happy. It's the Back a Buddy website. Back a Buddy. Isn't that the sweetest
I
like
love
name
that
ever?
so much.
Like in America, we have GoFundMe. Like that's the
Yeah.
shittest name.
It's so
You know,
capitalistic.
like,
It's
exactly.
literally, yeah.
Yeah, just so whack. If you're not able to donate, right? Some people cannot. Please consider sharing it. Just sharing it to get it out there to more people who may be able to help.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
And
Yeah.
if you haven't heard Allison's story, I mean,
Go listen to it on a
before
trial by
warned.
podcast, not us.
they did recently cover it, and I actually tagged them in the post you
Yeah,
made
I
the other
saw.
day because I know that they recently covered it, and there's a lot of their listeners. But if you haven't heard her story, be forewarned, it is horrific.
Yeah.
But the ending is obviously, I mean, spoiler alert, she's a fucking fighter survivor. So,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, damn. I'm so glad you shared that, Rachel. I think that's very important for sure.
She needs all the good. She deserves all the good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Everything her way.
Speaking of badass Allison Botha,
Yes.
are you ready to get into another absolutely badass?
Yes.
So this one is not only going out to a badass mom, but a badass baby.
Ooh.
So let me read this headline to you because I had to read it twice when I was like, wait, what?
You'll probably have to read it twice too.
I'm just going to read it really slow. Baby thriving after doctors removed womb for spinal surgery, then put it back inside mom at 26 weeks. I will actually just say that one more time.
Body.
They
Okay.
removed the womb, conducted spinal surgery on the baby, and then put
on
it
the baby.
Yes. Yes, I know. I thought the same thing. I was like, to the mom, like, what is going on? On the baby. And then put it back inside mom when baby was 26 weeks. So let me tell you.
Yeah.
It's
Tell
insane.
me. Okay.
When 24-year-old mother Serena Nye was just 20 weeks pregnant, she received some news that no mother would want to hear. Her baby had spina bifida, and there was a cyst forming at the base of his spine, and they could see this in the womb. 20 weeks is when they do the big, usually when they do the big ultrasounds where they're checking everything, right? And they said that this cyst would likely cause him to be severely disabled or even potentially paralyzed.
Oh.
So, I can't even imagine. So this mom and her partner, they had to decide what to do. And options included terminating the pregnancy or having a fetoscopic surgery was one of the options. But this mom was not going to give up on her son. So at 26 weeks, the doctors removed the womb from Serena's body. Basically, did almost like a C-section, but they removed the entire womb.
Yeah, that's like doing a surgery on a surgery within a surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Like
exactly.
What?
They completed the operation on her son's spine. I assume it had to be the laparoscopic. They're going in, they're removing the cyst. I mean, they called it a fetoscopic or whatever. Fetoscopic, yeah. So I had to assume it's the laparoscopic, very small. And then put her womb back into her body. Oh,
yeah,
my God.
that I'm just
I know.
My mind is blown. I'm like,
know.
What? How? This is crazy. And you said thriving, so continue.
So,
holy cow.
A mere 5 weeks later, at 31 weeks, Serena gave birth to little baby Tommy, which I love for a baby. It reminds me of Rugrats, little Tommy. And miraculously, like they said, a baby with spina bifida, a lot of times they can't eat on their own. They have to be like, they have to have like, I think like feeding tubes and stuff. And obviously with the risk of paralysis, they didn't know if that baby would be able to like move its legs on its own. Miraculously though, this baby eating on his own, and his mom describes that she saw him in the incubator and his little legs, they were a kicking.
Oh my God.
They were a kicking.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And then after just a few weeks in the hospital, the family would be able to head home all together, where Tommy would continue to meet all of his developmental milestones.
Wow.
And there's pictures online, and this baby is beautiful. He's adorable. And the only thing that you can see is the scar, which is crazy because, like, they went in when he was a fetus, when he was, like, literally 26 weeks. And, you know, but he still has the scar on his back where they were able to fix the cyst. And this mom, Serena, she says, and this is a quote, "I can't wait to sit him down and tell him what he went through when he's older." And it's like, you know, they talk about miracle babies and they talk about like, oh my gosh, this baby beat all the odds. Like we, you know, but that's insane. It's insane. And it's like,
yes.
You know, when you're finally old enough to realize like how a pregnancy is supposed to go, like how a baby is meant to stay in the womb, like that's the whole point of a womb. And then your mom tells you, well, actually they cut you out of me, did a surgery on you, put you back inside me for 5 more weeks, and then boom. Like,
He
that's
said, I'm ready.
amazing.
I liked it out there. I want to see you. Like,
so crazy.
Wow. That is crazy.
And amazing.
How was this recent? Like, what year was this?
Yeah, this was recent. This was recent.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And so I think it happened, I want to say it was either late last year or earlier this year. I can double check really quick.
That's just amazing.
February
is so
of this
beautiful.
year. February of this year. So it's just amazing what technology is able to do. And, you know, that we're giving, you know, just, I mean, life is amazing. And this badass baby is like, I'm going to fucking kick your ass is what I'm going to kick. And this mom is like, oh, we're going to make it happen. And it's just, I love it. I love it.
Yep. Wow. That is incredible.
Yeah, totally.
It's incredible. My badass story, it comes out of Montana.
Okay.
It is actually a truly tragic story because a mother, father, and uncle all lost their lives. Yeah, they all lost their lives in this, but the person who helped showed such bravery and selflessness, and so she is the badass portion of what we're talking about, okay? So a power line crashed on top of a car in Portland, and the individuals inside of the car went to go get out of it and get away from it. They were electrocuted and killed immediately. It is, like I said, it is so, so sad. One of the neighbors witnessed this happening. She was 18 years old.
Oh my gosh.
She saw this happen and saw that the father was holding his baby.
Stop.
Yes. She saw it took place. The father was holding the baby. Majaya Washington called 911 as she was running outside and asked if it was safe for her to go and get this baby, and they told her no. No, it was too dangerous. And she said, fuck that.
Yeah.
I am going to go over there and do it anyways.
Oh my God.
She went over, she grabbed the baby and ran away from like where it was, getting her and the baby safely. I know. Heather, your face is making me cry. I know. I have full goosebumps. She was able to get the baby and get to safety so that her and the baby were safe. She said that once she saw his head move, she knew that she had done the right thing. Because she didn't
Oh
know
my God,
in the
yeah.
beginning whether or not the baby was okay.
Yeah.
She just went down there. She acted quickly. She acted the most courage and bravery. Like, how in the world can you see what just
18.
happened? 18 years old. She said in a statement that she made, because you know, all these heroic people always like, no, I wasn't a hero in this moment. Yes, you were. Yes, you were, Miss Washington. Okay. But she said she worked for a daycare and that there wasn't even a thought in her mind.
Mm-hmm.
The thought in her mind was, I know that he was carrying the baby. I need to get down there. And so when they told her no, she was like, and let me say, in the quote, she didn't say fuck that. I said fuck that. But she did that, and this baby is okay because of her.
Oh my God.
And now that baby is going to have to go through so much in life, you know, with the loss of both of this baby's parents and the uncle. It was the sister's brother who was in the car as well. Or not the sister, the mother's brother who was in the car. And it's so tragic. But with that, I have a thing here that I wanted to read as well. And it's on power line safety for everybody, because I'm sure in this moment they were like, this just happened. We need to get away.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so I wanted to read a couple of those. So power companies are urging all of us to use caution around down lines. If you come across one, first and foremost, stay away. Any down line can be live, even if it does not appear to be. They can be energized at any moment. Stay in your vehicle. Stay in your vehicle.
Right?
Well, and there was water on the ground. So even if a power line is not directly touching your car, the area near your car could still be energized. If you have to exit the vehicle for any reason, wrap your arms around yourself and jump clear of the car so that you're not touching. Yeah, how you said the rubber with the tires and everything.
Yeah.
Do not touch the ground and the car at the same time. Then shuffle away slowly, keeping both feet at the ground at all times.
Right.
Okay?
Oh my God.
She's a badass.
Oh my
like
God.
I said, it's
Guardian
so sad.
angel right there.
Right. But this baby is okay because of her.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that so much. That's just, yep. I could see it. I can just this is why we do these, you guys. We talk about, you know, I mean, we cover survivors and we cover badass women like Allison Boffa, but I love these episodes because they give us a chance to really highlight just these badass people in the world. Shout out. That's amazing.
There's a lot of them out there. That is for sure. When I came across this, I instantly was like, because you're reading this article and I'm in full tears, you know, because I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so devastating. And how much more devastating would it have been if she did not act in the moment that
100%.
she acted, you know? And so it's just, wow. And I'm so thankful for this baby.
Yes.
This baby.
That's amazing. Oh, I love it.
Love it.
All right. Are we ready to get into our crime?
We are.
Okay.
I'm ready for your crime.
Mine is actually I guess it's kind of good news. So it's good crime. So on a good badass crime that we actually did late last year in December, we talked about Brittany Patterson. Do you remember this one?
Yes, we did.
That
was the first one we did the same.
Oh yeah,
crime together.
yeah. That was the first one. Both of us picked Brittany Patterson as our crime. And just to recap, she was a mom of 4 who was arrested after her 10, almost 11-year-old son was found alone in their small town in Mineral Bluff. But let me make something clear. She had left home. She was taking one of her older children to the doctor. Her younger son, Soren, he was almost 11, and he walked less than a mile, literally less than a mile, small town, less than a mile to visit the local dollar store, like it was a Dollar General or something. And authorities found him walking alone after a concerned resident called the police, was like, hey, there's a little boy walking alone. Soren was like, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm just walking to the store, walking back home. Like, I'm good. And the police were like, no. They picked him up, took him home. He was fine. He was totally fine, totally unharmed. And a few hours later, they came home and arrested his mother in front of all of her children.
It's crazy, you guys. This is
crazy.
just
Because
it's
I think
bizarre.
about everything I was doing at 11 years old. I was running around my neighborhood. Literally running around my neighborhood. And get this, according to the American Academy of Pediatrics, children are typically ready to walk alone safely without adult supervision at age 10. But this mom, Brittany Patterson, was still charged with reckless conduct for willingly and knowingly endangering her juvenile son's bodily safety. Okay, first of all, she didn't even know that he was like, I'm gonna go walk down to the dollar store, and like she was taking an older child to the doctor. Second of all, how is this any different than like walking down the street to a friend's house? Now, everyone lives in different neighborhoods. Would I let my 10-year-old child where we live, because we're right next to like a main street, kind of a bigger town? No, I wouldn't. But if we lived where I lived at 11, where it was literally like small is a town that wouldn't even have been there had the Air Force Base not been there. Small town. Literally, if you walked across the main street, it was just desert. It was just all like the worst thing that could have happened was like a coyote probably coming down from the mountain. So did I run around like a crazy person, like a little crazy kid when I was 11 years old, all up around my neighborhood? Yes, 100%.
Yeah, there are factors. It depends on the situation. I mean, as well as the fact that there was no law that said, hey, guess what? Your child cannot walk. So what are they arresting her?
Yeah.
Girl,
I don't see how it's any different from like your kid wakes up in the morning on a Monday and gets ready, goes to school, says, all right, mom, I'm walking to the bus stop, and gets picked up from the bus stop. Now, this is the thing. All parents, you're all entitled to however you want to raise your kid, as long as you're not hurting that fucking kid. This is not, in my opinion, this is not willingly and knowingly endangering the bodily safety of your child. Now, if you have a different opinion, you're entitled to it, whatever. So this is the headline from February 24th of this year. That happened all back late last year, like October-ish. Here's the headline from February 24th, 2025. This reads, charges dismissed for North Georgia mom arrested when her son walked to store alone. So charges were dropped against Brittany. A court filing dated on February 7th said that after reviewing the body camera footage, probably like when they pulled up on the kid and were like, are you okay? And he's like, what's up, guys? I'm hunky-dory.
Yeah.
And
I'm fine.
Yeah. And witness statements, probably like interviewing. I mean, I don't know. This is all speculative, guys. But probably like interviewing the dollar store guy being like, what was that kid that came in here alone? He goes, oh, yeah, that's just Soren. He comes in about once a week, goes and buys some random dollar dinosaur or something. Who knows? He's fine. He's a cool kid. Whatever. And other stuff. The DA decided to dismiss the case against Brittany Patterson.
Yep.
And now, get this. A new bill is being put up to protect parents from facing certain criminal charges related to this reckless, quote-unquote, reckless conduct in instances where their child is just acting independently. Like okay, yeah, go ahead, go walk down to the store. So, AKA the Brittany Patterson Act is what they're calling it, House Bill 552. It basically says that if acting, and this is in good faith, and I'll talk about that, if acting in good faith, a parent who is letting their kid be independent cannot be arrested. Now, I want to be sure that I'm emphasizing something here, and that is that key phrase, in good faith. So this means a parent is sincerely just like, I trust my child to walk down the street, go grab a soda, and come back. And I live in a small town. I don't think anything will happen. Like, this is good faith. My kid knows how not to talk to strangers and how to stay
Right.
on the sidewalk and be safe. So if a parent is being sincere, okay, we're not talking about gross negligence. We're not talking like, oh, let my 5-year-old go wander not knowing where they are or whatever. So I think specifically what they're trying to say here with this bill is that if your kid is almost 11 years old and they want to walk down the street to the corner store, they want to walk down the street to a friend's house, you can't be held criminally responsible for that. And and I don't remember if I mentioned this on our last episode, but I was thinking about this show, and I want to say it's on Netflix, and I can't remember exactly. I think it was in Japan, possibly, where they send literal preschoolers. Like they literally, because it's the way that they try to build independence in this, like, for their kid. And it's a common thing, like, across this town, where they send like a 5 or 6 year old. They say, okay, you know, here's the money. You're going to walk down the street. You're going to go into the store. You're going to buy the thing. And you see there was one, and I think this one wasn't in Japan. I think this was somewhere else. And literally this little kid is walking to school, and they have to stop at a train track. They have to wait for the train to go by. They watch to make sure. And I'm like, no, like, I mean, you can teach your child to be safe. And that's being a responsible parent. And then letting them act independently is also being a responsible parent. Now, I don't by any means consider myself a helicopter parent. And it probably would be different if I lived in a different type of town, or maybe, you know, like if custom was different. But like I personally probably wouldn't be letting my 5-6-year-old walk down the street by themselves to go buy rice for dinner.
I'm a helicopter parent.
Yeah. So like that, but it's your own choice, and that's fine. I'm not saying, you know, that's your personal opinion. But should a mom be held criminally responsible, and let alone also be arrested in front of her fucking kids like that? That's just messed up. Literally put in handcuffs in front of her 4 children. Like, get out of here. Like, that's so rude.
There was so much wrong with that.
Yeah. But yeah, so charges dropped, and they're looking at being like, come on, guys, let's relax a little bit on this.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, and we don't need any of the moms that, I mean, this is a mom cast. We talk about some shady shit that moms do.
True.
So we don't need you sitting there saying like, oh, like, you know, you let your kid leave the house for 6 days and they're only 7 years old and being the Brittany Patterson Act. Okay, shove it. You know,
yeah,
like,
you're
that's
like,
not what we're
clearly
talking about.
that's not in good faith. You're not sincerely, like, you know,
you just know damn well someone's gonna do it.
Oh, you know, people do that kind of shit every freaking day.
For sure.
But like, I think that, I mean, hopefully these I believe they are, these lawmakers are smart enough to make sure that they're putting the correct language in there to protect against it. But also, like, yeah, like a mom, are you kidding? Like, that's crazy. So my parents would have definitely gone to jail. Because I was like out everywhere, like legit, like, like at like 10 years old. I mean, you know, it was the whole, and I'm not saying times are different now. Like, everything's different. And again, to each their own, especially dependent, like you said, on the factors. But like, it was like on a Saturday, I'm peacing out at like 8, 9 in the morning, and I'm coming home when the street lights come on.
Yeah.
Did I call to check in? No.
Well, it's like we would have to go and, you know, as I would just hear a whistle. I would hear a whistle, and that meant you better get your ass home.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, gosh. I gotta get there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if I was out past the street lights, there were certain factors. But.
And it's like, I mean, no judgment to if you're a parent that would never let your kid do that. I mean, I probably wouldn't where I live, even if my kid was 11 years old.
Right.
But that's where I live, you know, like where they were. That's different.
Just because you parent different doesn't mean that the law is like there is so much that goes along with it. And and it's funny because I said I'm a helicopter parent, and most people will be like, no, the F you're not. And I'm like,
but you are.
My daughter wanted to play outside, and she was like going around the block. Guess who was on the bike with her? Me.
Yeah.
Like,
you
wanna go
are
on this
like
walk without
there's
me?
certain things that like I remember like at one point she was walking through your backyard to the backyard of your neighbor's house, and you're like, hold on, I need to watch her. And you watched her walk from your backyard to another, like to the neighbor's backyard, and then go into the door. Like, yeah, like but like I get that. Would I do that? Hell yeah, just because of the like how my situation is. But I don't apply those rules to other people's situations because it's their life.
Yep. That is for sure. That is for sure.
Tell me what you got, because you told me it's gonna
be. It's now or never.
Don't sue us. I ain't gonna live forever. I just wanna live a life. Okay.
Heather.
Don't sue us.
And everyone.
You told me that this is gonna end on like
just different, because I know, we are in our crime portion, but we're gonna end on a little bit of a lighter note, which is different, but we will get there. First, I need to talk about it, and then you will understand. Okay. I will share my screen.
Oh God.
And we will go over a couple things.
We have a screen share.
Yes. Good time to go join our YouTube if you are not. So we're gonna end a little differently, like I said. Here is the article headline.
Okay.
Colorado man accused of trying to kidnap child from elementary school. A Colorado man is behind bars after allegedly, he did, not allegedly, trying to snatch a child from an elementary school during recess. Okay, this happened in Aurora, Colorado. F that shit. According to the police department, he walked onto the school grounds.
What?
While the kids, listen, while the kids were at recess, went up to several children before trying to grab a specific little boy. The child was unharmed, and he was caught. He was taken into custody, all of that. Yeah. Okay. I know you have thoughts. Go ahead.
What the fuck?
So yeah, that's my thought too. Yeah. What the fuck is all you can say right there.
I mean, and this is why, and so, I mean, I don't know where y'all live, but where we live, I mean, you might be different because you're not living here anymore. Our shit's locked down. Like, there are no open schools anymore. I'm wondering if this was also and like our school, and it is kind of annoying sometimes, but I'm like, you know what? Child safety, whatever. Literally, parents, you drop them off at a gate. Parents cannot go through that gate.
I think that there probably was a gate here. I didn't read the word.
Was it
gate.
Just open?
I think no. He probably just hopped that shit.
Ew.
But the fact that he was able to go up to several children, before he went and grabbed a kid, and yet there was no adult. I'm sorry. I know I'm a helicopter parent, but where are these helicopter aides or helicopter teachers? Because this had me unhinged.
Playground aid.
Yeah, and we'll get there because you want to know.
No, I do. Well, I do, but I don't.
It's so frustrating because here's the thing. The children were screaming stranger danger.
Yeah.
Okay?
Good.
They're screaming stranger danger. And that is the only reason that these aides or teachers looked up from their phones from where they were sitting. So if these kids didn't go screaming something, who knows what they would have missed. And so this mom, who's the child who was grabbed, is like, these kids are the ones who saved my child.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it wasn't the teachers. Yeah, they eventually did something, but they weren't paying attention whatsoever. It is crazy. And the school, so they said in the article that they expressed that they were going to go over surveillance and see everything for what it was. I don't have that information for you guys right now. It's just, it breaks my heart. Schools are so downhill, and you're right. So even out here, and I'm sure the majority of places for public schools in general, you have to buzz yourself in. You got to get them to open the door. That's the same out here as well. And even outside on the playground, I don't understand it. Okay. Yeah. The child is fine. They are all fine. The guy was taken in. He was, he's brought in, held on $25,000 bond, all of that kind of stuff. Now, I am going to pull up a Facebook thing for you guys because so I usually don't make comments on like appearances on this show, like other than like calling someone gorgeous or saying like they're beautiful or whatever.
Well, you do say when you look at people we know, yes. You say that fucker looks guilty.
Yeah, but I don't make comments on like their actual like physical appearance. But yeah. I definitely, that's exactly what I was going to say. Like, I'll call someone gorgeous, and I will also look at a picture and be like, nah, that dude's guilty. Like, I just know. Like, I feel it in my heart to my core. We're going to judge a dude right now.
Oh, no. Okay, put it up.
And we're going to read comments. That's
I already see some of these fucking comments. What
the? Okay. Tell me that is not the scariest dude you have ever seen in your life.
Oh my god.
Isn't he terrifying?
How
could you imagine being a child?
This is what I'm saying.
Seeing this dude at recess?
So it's not like clearly this guy, again, y'all, we're not judging appearances, but
if he took care of himself, maybe he would look fine.
No, that's what I'm saying is clearly this guy would stand out inside of a school. This is not a well put together person at this point in their life. No. Maybe at some other point in their life they can get their stuff together, but it's not like this was a guy that looks like they would have a child on campus. What in the hell? And now let's read some of those comments.
Okay. And that's the point. So I pulled this up, and in the article, really quickly, like in the article, they talk about the fact that when they got him, in this picture, if you're not looking, I will explain it. He's African American. His hair is kind of all over the place. Yeah. His eyes look like red and bloodshot, and he has a white substance kind of smeared from his forehead to his chin.
It's almost like
it's everywhere.
Like the sunscreen wasn't rubbed in all the way.
You said sun. I was like, it's like he snorted the coke not to his nose, to his whole face. I just don't even understand. It's beyond me, okay? He missed. I don't know. And the comments did not disappoint. So, just some of these. I immediately started singing Thriller.
What in the Thriller is happening here?
Besides how he looks, this one's serious. Besides how he looks, why was he out if he had criminal records like this? Yeah. Because he also had a criminal record where he had already sexually assaulted people.
Yeah.
Okay, but the kids were paying attention. That's not it. Okay, hold on. Those kids are going to have nightmares. I know I would if he came at me.
Hell yeah.
Then the kid said the teacher assistant was on their phone.
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous. Heather, read this one.
He looks deceased.
He does.
Skull face. He legit does, you guys.
And see, this
next comment, this was my question. Why is it that easy for strangers to access the playground?
Right.
He scares me through the phone. Seriously, like the kids, I can't thank God for the what Wes Craven film did he play in? You guys, we are not trying to make light of this situation. These are people's actual comments, but this is what I'm saying. Thank God that these kids had their friends back and was like, hell no, stranger danger, get the fuck out of here. Thank goodness for that. Shame, shame, shame on these teachers' assistants who are on their phones. And what the fuck? That guy is literal nightmare fuel. That is scary ass shit. These people in the comments are right. Like, nightmare for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's hope that kid who he tried to, like, oh, my God, yeah. Seriously, if I was that mom.
Yeah, I mean, if you were the mom, like, you're going to do what all of us would be doing in this situation of,
watch
like,
my mama bear
excuse me.
Out.
Right.
Thank God he was apprehended. Thank God for those kids. I literally was just having stranger danger talk with my 5-year-old this morning about listening to your gut and if someone gives you the ick and if what you do for stranger danger and not talking to them and just be like, if they come to talk to you and you you just walk away. Just go find, you know, an adult, you know. And it's just like, that's fucking crazy. Thank God for those kids. Yeah,
thank God
band
for those
together.
kids. Yeah, and here's the thing. I don't, and us reading those comments, like Heather said, we're not trying to make light of the situation. The situation was terrifying. The photo was equally as terrifying.
Nightmare
so that's the portion
fuel.
But it is one of those things where, listen, these things happen. Unfortunately, they happen. And how many precautions have we taken to lock the front doors, to have locks in the school, to have all of these security measures, and yet the one security measure that you haven't taken care of is your employees don't look up from their fucking phones?
I know, that's insane.
Are you kidding me?
That's absolutely insane.
I hope that person does not work there anymore.
Yeah. Because quite honestly, you guys, after seeing his picture, he's very, like, at least, I mean, it's just a mugshot, so it's just his face, but this guy is very thin. Maybe he literally snuck through a bar. I could see it. I mean, like, do you remember being able to fit through the bars at Paiute?
No, look, girl, you could fit through some bars, Heather. Me, no. Look, my soccer thighs and ass were not fit. I know you got ass too, but like not fitting through no damn bars, okay? Like I was fit, but I was not
this
thin.
This guy could have. There's a possibility he could have snuck through a bar. He looks thin as fuck. He's like the what's like this the thin man. He's the thin man. He's literally nightmare fuel. What the fuck?
Yeah, the only bars I was squeezing through was Schooner's front door. Kidding. Not in elementary school or middle school.
Oh shit.
Yeah, wow. That was
that's some
scary.
That's some scary shit, you guys.
Scary.
Yeah, thriller. Think Wes Craven. Think just absolute nightmare fuel.
Once I had gotten to the comment where the person just said he looks deceased,
he does
deceased.
though.
I was like,
literally.
I'm done here.
Like this is a guy that looks like he could have been an extra on what's that zombie show? Walking Dead.
See, but if you look beyond all of that, which like that's the thing though, if this guy took care of himself, if this guy like
no, he's clearly in a state. He's clearly in a state. Yeah. He's not where he's not taking care of himself.
He is unwell,
and if he has previous criminal record. Yeah. Clearly, this guy is unwell, and. You know, that's just, nope.
That is that, you guys. Good, badass crime for you guys. A little unhinged throwback to the chaotic vibes that were me. That were us.
So one thing I want to say is you guys will be getting I mentioned it at the beginning of the episode, you will be getting a special bonus re-release on Thursday to prep you guys for next week's case. And it'll be, so tune in. I don't want to, you might be able to figure it out by what I was talking about. But re-release, special drop, bonus, whatever you want to call it, on Thursday. Next week is going to be, well, I'm actually, I'm glad we're waiting because I think by the time we record it too, there's gonna be some more movement. So excited for it.
Movement.
Make sure, because that was the whole point of me saying this. I was like, why was I saying this? Make sure you have pressed subscribe wherever you're listening, and so that it will automatically download our episodes. That way you get up to date when we do our special drops, which we do.
Yes. We do that.
We do that.
What's your takeaway from today's episode?
My takeaway? Be a badass, selfless, help others, scream stranger danger, help your friends. Be that person. That is my takeaway.
I love it.
What about you?
I love that so much. No, ditto. Same.
Okay.
Facts. On board. We driving together, girl. All right, we will talk to you guys next week.
Love it.
Love it. All right. Talk to you guys later. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.